everybody, I'm Vasel, and welcome to Look Back. This is a series where I take a look at games that I reviewed 1, 5, 10, and 20 years ago, and I tell you what I think about them now, if I think about them at all. So let's jump back in time 20 years ago. I reviewed Atlantean. This is from Rainer Knizia. At the time, I enjoyed it, but I really dropped, in my opinion, on these kind of games in many ways. It's a 5 now. But I said it was themeless. It's definitely themeless because before that it was based on the French Revolution, and they moved it down to Atlantis. Quicksand. This is another one I gave a 5 to. Quicksand. Now Z likes this one a lot. This is a hidden. This is the Fantasy Flight Silverline boxes. You move down a path, and you're guessing who each color is. It seems to me like it's pretty obvious. I didn't find it to be very enjoyable. Alien Invasion USA. At the time, I was like, wow, a super thematic game. 20 years has changed a lot. So this one's also a 5. Pretty bad components. Queen's Necklace. Now here's a Three Musketeer themed game. A card game from Bruno Fedduti with moving rings down cards, which I found this game to be pretty charming and interesting. A 7.5. And also, from Bruno Fedduti, Fist of Dragonstones. This is a blind bidding game, and a lot of people don't like them, but I think this one does really well, and I've enjoyed it a lot. 8 out of 10. All right, 10 years ago, I reviewed a game called Trick or Treat, which doesn't really narrow it down because there's multiple games called that. But here's what's interesting about this one. It was an okay little trick or treat game. It's the first game from Leader Games. I didn't even think about it. I go back and look. I'm like, wow. So they have a lot of, now they're known Vast, Root, and all that stuff. But Trick or Treat was their first one. Walk the Plank. I dropped this one a bit to a 6. This is a trilogy that Mayday tried to put together. Get Bit. Everyone likes Get Bit. Great game. Walk the Plank was like the prequel. You got to walk the plank and push other people off the plank. It's fine. I just don't know how much I want to play it now. Dread Curse. This is from Smirk and Dagger. This is a kind of a little auctioning style game. There's a lot of fun pirate back and forth. A nice light game. 7.5. 1775 Rebellion. This is now 10 years old here from Academy Games. This is my favorite in that series. I like the different ones. The Vikings one, the 1812, all of them have a different year. They're all good games, but 1775 is my favorite. Has a little bit of area control in it. And then Lords of Waterdeep, Scoundrels of Skullport. This expansion for Lords of Waterdeep, a fantastic expansion. Adding corruption, does it in a really nice way. 9 out of 10. All right, 5 years ago, I took a look at Gearworks. This is from a company called Peacekeeper. Spelled with P-I-E-C-E. Anyway, they've made some pretty good games like Rurik, but this one I did not like. 5 out of 10. And End of the Trail. I really did not enjoy this. It looked so cool. The box looked like a wagon. This is the first game from Elf Creek Games. Now, their stuff has vastly improved since then, but I didn't enjoy this one. Stellar Leap, a little space game. This one is it's pretty good from Weird Giraffe Game. I gave it a 6.5. Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig. This is a nonsensical combination of Between Two Cities and Castles of Mad King Ludwig. Now, Castles of Mad King Ludwig is a much better game. It just kind of is the theme used for this. This is much closer to Between Two Cities. It's good. 7 out of 10, despite my going in not thinking I was going to like it. Dinosaur Tea Party looks like a really stupid game, and it is a really stupid theme, but it is a nice, light deduction game from Restoration Games. 7 out of 10. Orbis, a game in which you are a god building your little planet with tiles. It's a small game, not a lot of decisions, but it works well. 7 out of 10. Dice Hospital. I enjoy Dice Hospital as the dice are patients. They come in and they start ticking down, and you need to heal them and get them out of your hospital. 8 out of 10. The Edge Dawnfall. Now, I didn't know what I was going to think of this game from Awakened Realms, and this is a huge game, but it's not a huge game. It's like along the lines of Heroescape and things like that, with decks of cards, controlling characters, a little skirmish game, but the box is huge and everything. But it's a lot of fun. 8.5. MacGyver Escape Room Game. You might think this sounds terrible. Well, I mean, it sounds cool, but then you think, wait, it's an intellectual property. It doesn't look that good. But I found it to be one of the more enjoyable escape room games I've ever played. 8.5. And Terraforming Mars Prelude. I mean, that Terraforming Mars Prelude is a fantastic game or expansion for Terraforming Mars. It is one that I think is a must-have. It actually subtracts time from the base game. 10 out of 10. All right, last year I took a look at Keystone North America, this first game from Rose Gauntlet. I really want to like it. It looks great, but I just found it to be a very unfun puzzle game. 4 out of 10. I will say that almost all the games that I'm talking about here from last year have gone on to become fairly popular amongst other people, like Stroganoff. It was just a big point salad, and I felt there was too much going on and too much change between turns. Didn't like it. 5 out of 10. But lots of people do. Wormholes, a racing game from AEG where you're jumping through wormholes. I thought there were some really cool concepts there, but at the end it wasn't that interesting. 6 out of 10. And Acropolis, this tile laying game, which has gone on to win awards and be very highly loved. And I just gave it a 6 out of 10. So I guess I'm wrong on all those. Stars of Icarios. This was Space Gloomhaven, the best way to put it, or half Gloomhaven, half X-Wing. It's a good combo, but it has a lot of problems. It has a bad storyline. It's a little clunky in places, but man, it's so close. 6.5. Scooby-Doo, the board game. This is a light cooperative game with the Scooby-Doo theme. I enjoy it. 7 out of 10. Magic Mountain. This won the Kinderspiel Award, where you're rolling marbles down and trying to have them hit the witches and not the good characters. It's really fun. 7 out of 10 for kids. Clank Catacombs. This is my preferred way to play Clank. It really is. I love Clank. I think Clank's a great game. But Clank Catacombs adds a sense of exploration. Just absolutely amazing. 9 out of 10. And also a 9 out of 10, the Castle of Mad King Ludwig, I just talked about Between Two Castles, the Colossal Edition, or Collector's Edition, not the Colossal Edition, Collector's Edition. I really went into this kind of like, I don't know, because the Collector's Edition of Suburbia was such a pain to take out and put away that I'd never get played. But the Castles one works really well. I'm really happy with how this one turned out. So another 9 out of 10. Well, there you go, folks. Those are the reviews that I did 1, 5, 10, and 20 years ago. Thanks so much for watching. Look back. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and this is the Dice Tower.